in total.
Jan's mixing it up now, Tower. Wow, Mason's got kings.
Well, the kings are never folded now.
They're going to 3-bet now after Jan's opened a loose hand for him. 9-6 of clubs. Bobby has... we don't know. Kings as well.
Oi, oi, oi.
And he's going to cold 4-bet probably to about 9,000, 8,000, maybe out of position.
Yep, 9.3.
Jan's going to fold and Mason's going to stick him in, I think. It's going to be kings against kings.
Yeah. And then we're going to chop it up and then we'll get on to the next.
Yep.
Kings against kings. Nice answer. Yeah. Let's chop it now, he says. Bobby stuck his stack back. He's happy to chop it.
Don't take your stack back too soon. You never know.
But he has got the king of hearts.
He has got the hearts.
Oh,
he's got the hearts.
He's got the free roll.
He's got the hearts.
He's got the free roll of the hearts.
This would be absolutely brutal for Mason.
No way is it coming a heart.
We've been saying hearts all day. It can't be again. Oh my God!
It is.
It is the day of the hearts. That is absolutely sick for Mason.
Wow.
That is brutal.
Kings against kings and four.
He's going to stand up and just have a minute there. That's just brutal. That is just brutal.
He's going for a minute.
He's having a minute. That's shows quite a level of maturity for someone who's 18 just to think, right, I'm going to have a minute away. That's a really ridiculous hand.
Bobby.
If ever there was a day to have the hearts there, Tower, and not the black kings, it was today, wasn't it?
And we got day 1G tomorrow, which is now an ordinary flight, and then the turbo kicks off at 6 p.m.
And then Saturday for day 2, get down to about 60 players, and then the final on the Sunday.
You're spot on, Donna. You are spot on. Too many. That's how many days. I'll make you right.
Ace 5 for Danny in the big after an initial raise from Keith in C number 1.
A nice 3-bet spot, I think, Tower here. We got Keith covered. Keith's third in chips. He's not really going to want to get involved too much. Definitely one we could be mixing in a 3-bet here as Dan Gormley. And on FTs, we don't have to go as big as usual, the normal 4x size, because of ICM. We can choose like 3x, 3.5x here as Dan, so make it somewhere around 800k. That's what I'd like to see, and he is going to take the spot, Tower. Very nice from Dan, just recognising the situation and recognising where Keith is in chips and how he has to play tighter here because we have him covered, so this should do the trick a lot of the time. Back over to Keith here, and personally could go either way. I think Keith is probably more tight to let this one go. Oh, he's just going to quickly call, Tower here, so Keith happy to go post flop here with the King Jack.
Off to the flop, another pot brewing. Queen 2 3.
Yeah, so this is a big pot, Tower, already 1.6 milli in the middle here, and Danny does flop a wheel draw here with the ace 5, so probably one we're probably going to continue small, 400k, 500k, something like that. Somewhere between the quarter pot and third remit is the size I'd like to see here from Dan. As always in these 3-bet situations, can go a lot smaller. So it does choose the 350 sizing, goes even smaller than the 400. So south of quarter, between fifth and quarter pot from Dan Gormley and Keith here with the King Jacks. Jack of diamonds working, getting this price. Is he thinking about pulling out the float with this candidate? It's probably, if we are going to float the King Jack, it's probably one of the better combinations we can have. King of spades, Jack of diamonds. Let's see what Keith does. Like folding would be fine here as well. Just because tangling with Danny, who's got us covered, could put us in a world of hurt. It would be a disaster for us to come 8 from this FT when we go in with the chip lead. But big pot brewing here on the FT, guys. Oh, and
He's
there's the
floating.
call from Keith. He does pull out the float. And Pot has got 2.3 million here, working with 1.25 SPR behind. Effective stacker Keith.
Whoa, King of Diamonds. Brings in the flush draw top pair.
Yeah, so Keith loves to see this tower. And now Dan, what's the play on the turn here? Obviously, this king's supposed to be a lot better for the R range here. Does Danny ever expect Keith to be floating? That's the question. Does he expect Keith to have some floats with some King Jack here, some Jack 10 suited with backdoor spades, hands like that? That's the question Danny's got to ask himself. Because from a range perspective here, this King of Diamonds rolling off, he shouldn't really have any kings here, Keith, other than King Queen specifically. Ace King's going to 3-bet pre, King Queen's going to call flop and then turn 2 pair. So it should only really be from our perspective as Danny, King Queen, the hand that Keith has here. And Danny goes for the second barrel here. So maybe going after some fours through jacks, these type of holdings, although jacks or tens might choose to 4-bet pre, but also perhaps going after some queen jack, ace queen in the 4-bet, as well as some queen 10 suited that could be in there, queen jack, queen 10 suited. So it's a really nice bet that targets that proportion that Keith's range. The pocket pairs, the queen x, these type of hands are going to be in a really tough spot now faced with this double barrel. However, Keith has the one hand that he has pulled the float out with and does contain a king, so Keith's going to have to call once more with the second nut flush draw as backup. So it should just be an easy call here from Keith, and we're going to take a river tower.
Off to the river. Fourth diamond.
So over to Danny here. We'll know that he's never going to be good here with the ace-5, but has he got the shove in the locker here? We're probably going to have more bare ace of diamonds than Keith in this spot. Like, Keith shouldn't really have too many flushes once the king and 10 of diamonds run out. I guess he's going to have like some 7-8 of diamonds, 8-9 of diamonds, ace jack of diamonds, jack 9 of diamonds. But with these particular diamonds on the board, the king 10 and the queen, those being higher diamonds, hands that Keith will probably peel a 3-bet with, let's say for example king queen suited, king 10 suited, these aren't a thing, and Danny does go for it. He does find the jam here, and Keith sitting here with the second nuts, backdoors into the flush, and Dan Gormley making a big move early on and just applying pressure to Keith. Keith coming in with the chip lead, and he'll be thinking he could be going home in 8th here if Dan has backdoored into the nut flush himself. Dan could still plausibly have turned a flush here. He could be 3-betting some ace-4, ace-5 of diamonds, these type of holdings. Even ace-6, ace-7, ace-8 of diamonds could probably all be in there as well. So this is a huge move from Dan Gormley early on in this final table. And back over to Keith here. And I think with a jack of diamonds tower, it's pretty gross, but
it's a gross spot.
It's horrible because Dan's only ever making this move for value with the ace of diamonds. He's not going to shove like nines here or ace 9, say if he elected to 3-bet that and double barrel. He's not going to shove ace 9 with a 9 of diamonds. So Keith's jack of diamonds here, although it is the second nuts, it's pure bluff catcher here. We're either behind to the bare ace or a turn flush of Danny, turn nut flush, or he's just got a bluff in this scenario, and Danny with the bottom of his range just going for it here, and notice rubbing the left arm there, caressing. Usually that signals is something people do to calm themselves down, but this is what we wanted to see, Tao. It's what we've been waiting all day. Yeah, exactly. It's just trying to, if not, try and put the heart rate down, perhaps trying not to give anything away. And Keith here in a really tough spot because yes, we've backdoored into the second nuts, but the problem we've got, Sal, like I say, it becomes a bluff catcher the way this hand's played. Like Dan could plausibly have turned a flush with ace-x of diamonds. He could have plausibly double-barreled as a bluff with a bare ace of diamonds. So this is a gross spot for Keith here, and rather him sitting there than me, because this is one that's going to take a while, and rightly so. A tank's going to be needed here, Tower. This is a big pot, and it's going to be for over a third of the chips in play if he can make the call and be correct. And fair credit to Dan, though. Let's go back to Dan. He's capable of running it in these spots. People aren't capable of making moves like this. 3-bet, bet, shove as a bluff on final tables. There's only a small percentage of players that have that in them, and it's a gift if you like. I know this time it may may leave Dan short if Keith makes the call, but I think it's you've got to be a certain calibre of player to be able to pull this move, the free bet, the bet shove, without having the goods. Only certain opponents are capable of that, and if Keith's aware Dan is one of those that can have these bluffs, he may veer more towards call, but this is a fascinating hand, guys, and Dan Gormley just running it for chunks of equity here on the mystery bounty final table and putting Keith in the blender. What's he going to do, Tower? What do you think?
He has a second nuts. He can only put him on the ace to fold. He flicks it in. It's the call of the final so far.
And he does make the call, and Dan went for the lots, and he's going to be down to 11 big blinds now. But credit to Keith, coming with a chip lead, extending it to 8.1 million chips.
Wow,
and what a hand that is. That is a highlight of the week for me so far in terms of hands played. Everything that hand had. Really, really nice line from Dan. Unfortunately, we just run into it. It works if Keith doesn't have the jack of diamonds, if he doesn't have the ace of diamonds. This is probably going to work. But unfortunately for us, we've just run into it. And Keith up to 8.1 million chips, third of the chips in the play going to that man. And Dan now sitting with 11 big blinds.
What a call.
Ian can decide to make a decent sized raise here against a pretty tight player in the big blind, or he can decide to call. Either's fine. Just decides to call. Anthony check his option. It's fine. Whoa, this might be bad news for Ian because he's got the nut low, and he's going to decide to barrel this at least one street, and let's see if Anthony just decides to call. Good trap from Anthony here. I half expected him to raise it, Tower, but he's playing it well. Now this is a spot where if I am Ian, I'm betting pretty big now. About pot 50,000. He goes for 27,000. Again, Anthony, if I'm Anthony, I'm just calling.
Yeah, me too.
Got such a disguised hand, Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just calls again.
Yeah,
great play from
any
Anthony.
Low sets really disguised, aren't they?
Yeah.
And now a queen. Queen of spades on the river. Are we going to rep the king? Are we going to rep something like ace, king, king, jack, king, queen?
I'm betting massive here, Tower. At least pot, maybe pot and a half. We've got the nut low. Anthony can't have many kings in his hand. What can he really have? He can't have ace kings. He just defended pre without squeezing it up. Wow, I like this play. I really like this play. I really like this play. And if Anthony finds the call, good luck to him. But I really like this play. Let's think about it. Ace king, he can't have ace king. He can have king jack, Anthony can, and make a pretty tight check back on the flop before the flop. But what other kings can he have, Tower? He's got to have something to call the flop with. So he's got to have a king to call the flop with. So king 10 he could have. That's reasonable. Turns a pair, calls the bet. Queen king, possibly. But then that's about it, Tower. He can't have ace king. He can't have two kings. And whereas Ian, we could have any king. We could be bluffing in the pot there. We could have. He's decided to call, and that's pretty sick. And I think it's really unlucky for Ian. I think he played the hand really, really, really well, and just got unlucky that Anthony had a set. I mean, how can he have a set? That set of fours is kind of like the only really strong non-king hand he can have, Tower. And obviously he can have a hand like ace six. He's got to call twice and fold. There's just so many hands that he's got to fold. And although Ian did come in, didn't he, Tower, and Ian did come in and try and ask if he could explain his decision, but I thought he played the hand well.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't need to go quite all in. Maybe pot and a half, something would suffice. But I said as soon as I saw the river bet that I'd go over pot.
Yeah. And
I think it's a fine play. He just ran into someone who had a set and wasn't in the mood for folding it, Tower.
Yeah.
But if you think about the actual King X combos, it's not that many, Tower. It's not that many at all. Ian's got way more King X combos. If Anthony just had an ace, for example, he has to call the flop, he has to call the turn, and he has to just immediately fold the river.
Yeah.
Same with his 2-pair combos, but he had a set and he could have folded the set. He had a long tank about it. I think he played that hand.
You got missed one out, innit? Missed one out.
900, yeah, that's 900. So if you had that one seat open, what was your seat open?
One seat 5, one seat 6, yeah?
One seat 5?
Yeah.
What was the seat open?
Everyone's seats moves round by 1.
Yeah.
So I'm seat 2, she's seat 1, so you're seat 3, your seat's over there. Because it's only 900.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Everyone moves round this way. Yeah, everyone's annoying. Yeah, so this is where she is. Oh, okay. So we've all moved round that way. One.
Were you dealing on them before the break?
I was here before the
Do you want a break now? Like a proper break? And then you two can up down to the rest, okay?
And we're back, guys. Final session of the day. Good evening, everybody. New feature table just taking their seats. Hour and 20 minutes, and then that will close out for the day. But stay tuned, because when we do close out for the day, hopefully we will have some news on what the prize pool is confirmed at, what's going to be up top, how many places are getting paid, what the min cap is going to be.
Do it on your own.
And the main man back to join me for the last hour and 20.
Here he is.
New feature table. The Malusta is in the building.
Right, thanks for the water.
In 1 is going to be Svetlana Hawkins. In 2 is John Black. In 3, Imran Aslam. 4, Jason Shellham. 5, James Noon. 6, Callum Goodwin. 7, Ricky Rigby. 8, Matthew Goldby. And in 9 is Ali Malou.
Who?
Ali Malou, you heard of him, Tower? GUKPT legend.
Had a wander round and I says, just be careful this table, I think this guy will be good one day. And here he is, the Malou. Ali Malou.
Yeah, so just the 2 levels to close up the day. So we're going to be finishing a little bit earlier today because of the earlier start. Around midnight is where I make it. And then that will close off the day ones, and we'll be back tomorrow for the big one where we get to the business end of the tournament. Players will get in the money, we'll be able to see what we're playing for, and really looking forward to Saturday tomorrow. Can't wait to see Tower's Goliath bubble run as well. If you haven't seen that before, guys, you're in for a treat. And we are just about to kick things off, so we'll get our faces off and concentrate on the table. Are to skip the queue. Where do we scan our Grosvenor cards, please? I'm assuming on there's machines. There's 2 machines to the left of the desk where you come in. I'm assuming you just scan them. You don't even need to, just straight in. Don't need to scan your card. Okay, Jim's here with me. Don't even need to scan your card, Chloe. You just walk straight in with your wristband.
Flick your wristband at the reception, and they know what colour has made day 2 and been verified as who you are.
What's the line out of hypothetically 1,200 people coming back? How many forget their wristband?
Half.
Half. You reckon half?
I'm going for half. Half of them are ending. I don't know where they live.
Off we go. Wow, Imran. Jack 10 of hearts under the gun, just lets it go. Throwing it back old school. But one that much prefer to see an open with that hand. Great candidate to open, but just letting it go from under the gun full ring. And leaves room for Stuartina. Are we going with that? Stuartina? Pronunciation might be a bit off. I'm going to call her Tina. Opening blind on blind, making it 16k. Nice large over 3x sizing. Good to see from her, and a nice hand to actually raise up line on blind. So,
Stuartina.
Stuartina. So just continues with top pair and gets it through.
Stuartina it is.
So Jason, king 10 off under the gun, fine to just muck this one. A bit too weak of a hand to be opening from this position. And ace queen for Ricky in the low jack makes it 16k. Over 3x here. And Ali Malou wasn't in his seat, so didn't get dealt a hand, but was pocket fives. Doesn't get to play them though. And John in the small blind, suited ace-9 here. 16 bigs. Versus low jack here. Could potentially even shove this one here for 16 bigs with the suited ace-9. But makes a very good laydown in a dominated spot there. Fair play to John. Very nice fold from him. And just raise and take for Ricky with the ace-queen.
Is it 11 o'clock Saturday and 11 o'clock Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Brian, get you finished an hour earlier on the Sunday night.
Yeah, like that ever happens. Ever.
5 p.m. finish.
You mean Monday morning? Watch Matt in C8 work his way through the field. Matthew Golby is the player in C8.
Nice.
Andy Shellhorn rooting for him in the chat. Ian Roberts has previous left cup final ticket at home in 2008, got wife to give it to a train driver, got in with 10 minutes to spare.
Trusting train driver.
Yeah. That's a good idea actually. I've never even thought about that. Yeah. Give it to a train driver. Yeah, if you've got someone that can drop it off. Matthew here going to be getting called. Callum opening +1 and Matthew shoving here for 16 bigs. And Callum going to have to call this off with ace queen for 16 big blinds. And it is only just over 25% of our stack. But it's going to ask for a count, which is fine to do. But I can't see us folding this one for 16 big blinds here. Guess Matthew can still shove some ace jack suited, maybe some suited wheel aces. And good to see that Callum knows this is a call. Is unfortunately in a dominated spot, but has to call that one off. Just an unfortunate caller for him. Still has the chance of getting there though. 3 queens left in the deck that will be working for us. But Matthew just needing a hold here to get the double up early on the final session of the day. To the flop we go. And ace, 8, 9, rainbow. Both players catching top pair but changing nothing. So still a queen needed. 5 of diamonds on the turn. So double up on its way for Matthew Golby, just 3 outs to fade. River card is the Jack of clubs next door, and Matthew Golby going to get a double up, putting him up to 181k.
Nice.
Great start to the session for him. Unfortunate for Callum, not much we can do about there. Going to have to call it off with ace queen for 16 bigs. Unfortunately, Matthew just at the top of his range.
Ian Roberts, I think you just made my week. And they're not biscuits, Jay.
Ah, I thought he was bringing you can get them big bourbons. Yeah, I thought he was just bringing one of them Tower bourbon on the way.
It's amazing that every day you're up 24 hours there. And you come here. And yeah, we do bits and pieces. It's just the evening.
Make them odd. Heads up for me in the 500 guarantee PLO rebuy, £180 locked up. Good on you, Mick the Mod. Get yourself a win.
Well done, Mick. Didn't know you played the old highlight, but well done.
They probably flicked into the wrong event, probably. What are these 4 cards? What do we do here? Ali Lou's got a legitimate hand here. Tens.
Can't imagine every day.
Yeah, and Ali just limping him. Like, Ali Malou does love a limp, and he loves a limp raise, but I think in this particular field, like yes, in the 1K where you're going to get more players isolating our limp and whatnot, probably going to work out better. But I think in this tournament, there's just going to be less players taking spots and just going to over limp a lot of the time, and then we're going to go multi-way with a hand that obviously not too many good flops for it, unless we flop the over pair or a 10. Now, this is one of them, a good flop, Queen Queen 4. Checks through on the flop. Ali could have definitely bet here, but elected to check, and 4 of clubs on the turn. So the 10s for Ali Malou still best here. And, James thinking about leading, but well timed check, and Ali checking once more with the 10s. Could have definitely bet there again as Ali Malou, and a meaningless deuce on the river. So assuming this one does check to Ali, has to bet tower, have to bet here with the 10s.
Yeah.
And goes for 5k. So I actually really like this sizing here. Really try and eke out some value from some ace high opens of our opponents. Maybe even king high might flick it in for 5k. So I like the sizing choice from Mr. Malou.
Imagine if he won Goliath. Imagine if Ali Malou took down Goliath.
That would be under things I'd love to see, Tower.
Are there still bottles and card protectors for players who played day one early in the week? No, they are here. I don't know how you get hold of the card protectors. They are in a lockup somewhere. And if you did play and come to Coventry, then you can have one.
What, you mean these, Tower? You mean these things? Ooh, there we go.
Where have you got that from?
Look, I'm Sean Hayden. Oh, look, now we got 3 of them. Look at
that.
Magic, just like that. Yeah, guys, they are.
Yeah, just hold them up again.
They are getting sent to the club. They are getting
Sean in. No, you ain't got any.
Oh, yeah, there we go, all done. But they're getting sent to local clubs, and if you did play, you can just go in there, say your name with your ID. They can check if you did play this event, and if you did play and you haven't got a card protector already, you will receive one. Juggling now. The juggler.
There we go. Goliath X. Very nice indeed. I'm guessing there's plenty to go round. How many card protectors is it actually?
6,000.
6,000. Oh, of course, 5,000. How many uniques was there?
5,000, just over.
There was just over 5,000 uniques, so everybody should get one if they want one. We're not posting any. That's what we're not doing. Unit today too. Where do you get mine? Coming tomorrow, Peter Pro. And just say, can I have a card protector, please? One of the floor staff, and somebody will dish one out.
So we've got James here in the small, just leading here with his flush draw after flop check through. Don't mind it at all, and Annie Lou shows the ace queen face up. Nice play there from James. Understanding as well, we're like, not only is it a good lead because flop check through and we've got decent equity and an overcard, but this is a board like the middling board that is going to be very good for the small blind peeling range, and understanding that. Very nice from him. Can you ensure 12 get posted to Great Yarmouth? I'll pick them up when I play 510 DC during the week, says Jim. 510 DC in Great Yarmouth?
You're not thinking about taking a trip to the coast, are you?
What, in Great Yarmouth?
Yeah, it means some cost free car.
Okay.
Is the wheel still there for you to spin tomorrow if you've had to go on a flip?
I don't know. I didn't see any of the online. There was one guy there actually today, but I haven't seen any of the other online guys today. Have they all finished?
I've not
for
seen
the
them
week?
at all, no, I've not seen them.
Do we know if they finished for the week? Is they online? I'm not sure about that. Daddy, Jules, I'm not sure about the wheel. I did see someone there today standing near the wheel, but I hadn't seen him before unless he was filling
He
in
should be
for-
there for day 2, I must admit.
Yeah.
He should be.
I'd like to think so.
Can't see them packing up halfway through the week.
Luke's there over the weekend.
He is he? Yeah, the wheel's there all weekend. I'm going to have my spin tomorrow. Tomorrow morning before we start. Me and Boovie. Straight outside. Spin the wheel of fortune. Bid, I tell you what, that curry wrap was mega. Aye. Amazing. Love a good curry. Yes, it will be there. I'm going to have a spin tomorrow.
Where's that?
Outside in the foyer.
What is it?
Spin the wheel if you've played one of the flips this week. Online. Have you played any flips this week? No. You can't have a spin.
I don't have time. Take a breath.
Oh, chest. Hold my chest. Oh, we've got a bit tight here.
So it's you teeing up with the 9s here. +1 should be opening this one.
Oh, we've got a chip leader. Who we got?
Hezula Vida,
Hezula Vida
765k.
with 765 with 2 levels left to play. Could we see another player bag up over a milli?
Hey, Zula.
No, he's living La Vida Loca.
Well, I nearly sang that one as well.
This is rather large tower from Strutina, but maybe not wanting to see a flop with the 9s, knowing that some overcards can come. 6x size in here, going to struggle to get any action from anything. Fairly large size in choice, but fair play to her, maybe not wanting to see some overcards on the board and not knowing where she's at with the pocket nines. She's happy to take it down there with a raise.
Yes, we know. There will be extra tournaments next year if the dealers improve and increase next year. The reason why there was no event on the Saturday tomorrow as a side event is because when the schedule came out, and obviously the dealer situation was prompted, they didn't know if Coventry City were going to be at home. And it was one of those car parking situations. It was going to be the car parking situation, it was going to be the dealer situation and everything else. So we decided that that was the reason. Next year, when we announce what the dates are for Goliath next year, hoping it's not going to be a problem.
Got Jason here in the low jack, raising to 13. Ali Law, midnight. You've got us till tonight. No, midnight. Sorry, not midnight. I put 30 minutes on top of the 30-minute delay. Yeah, midnight we finished tonight. There was an earlier start today.
Yeah, I was in situ at 10:30, ready to shout everybody in, but we had a slight delay.
How's Malou doing? He's doing all right. He's got a nice stack. And a flopping gut shot on Queen 8-6-2 clubs. And looks like Ali Malou is going to put on his donkin shoes and lead this board here with his gutter ball. Not the worst candidate to do it with, but obviously Jason's still going to have stronger hands here. Being the opener, he'll have all the sets, some strong queenettes and some overpairs in there as well. Obviously he's still going to have a whole host of random hands that he'd open from this position that we would get the fold from, but we do see Jason make the call. So start ranging Jace now from Ali's perspective here. We'll have some Queen X, we'll have some 8X in there, 9s through jacks, as well as aces and kings. Could have some club draws, any gut shot, 9-7 suited. Lots of hands that Jason can still have in this situation. And Ali Malou looks like he's going to double barrel here, Tower, and does find a double barrel, but looks tiny. Is that 10k?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Oh no, there's a 25k there.
25k.
The new red chip.
So 34k into 59 from Ali Malou, and does the trick. Whatever he had, I'm sure he got Jason off the best hand. So Ali Malou doing Ali Malou things and working. A treat for him. Propels him back to the chip lead at the table at least. I don't think so, Peter. That all comes down to marketing, whether we'll have another David versus Goliath or something
absolutely.
similar.
They thought it was fantastic. He would have carried on in 2020, to be fair. He was genuinely up for it in 2020 when he made 40th in 2019. But obviously, we didn't have a 2020 or a 2021.
Raise the take for Jay Shellham there. What was the reason for the change for day 1G to a regular clock? Asked David on YouTube. I don't actually know the reason.
Yeah, the amount of people coming back for day 2 is an issue.
Yeah.
Regarding staffing and floor staff and everything like that. Yeah. Do we think it's been successful? Well, 1,670 runners for day 1G say yes.
Yeah, with obviously players making it through the turbo flight, the percentage is going to be higher than a normal flight.
And I'm not even, and in all seriousness, you could do this for next year, and if there is not as many staffing issues as this year, you could have the turbo flight with the alternates, and the turbo and this flight could run like it has done today, and it could be a thing. People might not want 2 turbos. How many expected for the seniors? I don't know if it's capped. Is the seniors capped on Sunday? Jim? Is the seniors capped on Sunday?
It will be, not yet, but it will be.
Oh, Phil, you can buy in now as well for the seniors.
You can buy in now, but you have to be in the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
49 you can buy in.
If you're 50 tomorrow.
49 tonight you can't.
This is a snap tower for Matthew. Matthew shouldn't even be thinking about this one, but he's asking for a count, to be fair. It's fine, even with a hand that you know is a snap, just to clarify the chip count. And wow, there we go. There we go. It was always cool in here, Matthew. Just wanted to clarify that the chip counts were correct. Like, he's going to shove like Queen Jack suited, some King Jack, King 10, 10-9 suited, some Ace X here. Like, there's so many hands that we're ahead of.
6,
like
hands.
Ace Queen's just going to be up there, and And it is King 10 off for John. So John does actually have 2 live cards here, so he would like to see that he's up against the Ace Queen.
Yep.
10 in the window, but followed by a couple of diamonds.
Days. That looked so nice on the flop. In the window, you see the 10 of hearts, you think, yes, here we go.
So Ace, Queen, and diamonds to fade. 7 on the heart, 7 of hearts on the turn, changing nothing.
A queen, an ace, or a diamond. That is a
6, too many outs. And the King 10 will get the double up there. And John up to 161k. Matthew down to sub 100 now.
Did we see you in Leeds a C4, or are you on his travels? This is what's coming up for the rest of 2022. We've got next weekend is the, not next weekend, the weekend after 2 weeks' time. 25-25, Luton, Glasgow, and a deep stack in Leicester. And then GKPT Leeds at the end of September. There's a £440 mystery bounty on the first weekend.
I'm going to be playing that one.
He's playing.
If I pull the big bounty, then I'll just be on stream and being like,
be better than a trophy.
yeah.
Be better than a trophy.
Oh.
Just keep the
any needles about.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
Trophy.
So plenty going on, as you can see, for the rest of the year. The ones in grey, Coventry, Leeds, Luton, Blackpool and the Vic is where we will be. Obviously the grand final hasn't been finalised yet regarding schedule and what the team is streaming. But we're being told it's 2 weekends. So obviously that's the last weekend, because we're not going to miss the grand final.
Yeah.
So then it's either the first weekend or the second weekend or both. We'll have to work it out. So, but yeah,
we done like 9 days streaming last grand final, so potentially could be the same. It's like another Goliath for us, just with a few breaks in between.
GKPT and then the grand final. It was awesome. Really, really good. So plenty to go at until the end of the season, but we're in September. We are in September.
Yeah, the year's just flown by.
Yeah, we could have a 90-minute dinner break to watch England lose the World Cup final. Because that's weekend on that's potentially on that weekend as well. Unless it's and potential for Tyson Fury to be fighting on the Saturday night as well. Potential. So yes, it might be a busy weekend. If any team of interest is in, they might just have a break for the World Cup final, whatever time that's streamed. What time do you think the World Cup final will be? We've been in Qatar. What's the time difference?
Oh, well, I remember watching the World Cup in 2002 when it was in
Japan.
Middle East, and remember playing Brazil at 7 a.m. in the morning. So could potentially be depending on kickoff times. But I remember there was a 7 a.m. kickoff one day for the South Korea Japan World Cup back in 2002. So I'm not sure how different the time difference is.
Plus 3 hours apparently. Is that
plus
all?
3 hours. Wow.
Is that all? Plus 3 hours.
Is it not? It can't be that far east then. Oh, Qatar.
Plus 3 hours. That's not bad actually.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Qatar is only 3 hours, so it's going to be nice times. Cheers, everyone. Didn't even
Awesome.
know that. I thought it was going to be like +6, +7 potentially.
What FIFA obviously do is work out what's optimal time for the rest of the world to kick off. It's usually around about 8 p.m, isn't it?
Here we are. Games are 10 a.m, 1 p.m, 4 p.m, and 7 p.m. There we go. Thanks for that. In the chat, Tetbury Towers.
3 matches a day, 10, 1 and 4. And then the group stage is at 7. Awesome. Sam says it'll be +4 in the winter. Oh, of course we go back, we go backwards, don't we?
Yeah.
We go back an hour at the end of October.
There's 200 left today for those asking.
GOLIATH, watch the 2002 games in the school assembly.
I'd done the exact same thing, GOLIATH, to be fair. I'd done the exact same thing. I remember them wheeling the old TV in like they used to back in the day, wheeling it in and having the football on. That was like my first real memories of English football. Well, the England team, if you like. I still never forget when Ronaldinho scored that free kick against Seaman when we lost 2-1 in the quarter-final.
Oh, that free kick. Was that 2002?
Yeah, 2002.
Wow.
I can remember that like anything, that World Cup. Really strange one. Always sticks in the memory.
What's the prize pool, Jay?
The prize pool is 1.219 million. We have a total of 10,584 entries, 5,114 of them being 5,470 of them being unique. And it's going to be a big day tomorrow. How are we doing, Jakey? Jake Marston in the chat. Good evening to you, mate. I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised you and the boys didn't come and flick this one in. I thought I'd see a few more faces from down that way, but didn't see you this week.
Can I buy in someone with their membership number and name for the seniors, or do they have to do it personally? And now Jim's left.
It should be fine, Tower. I think,
you think
if they could do it for the Goliath, why couldn't they do it for the seniors? I think
Yeah,
as long as they're in club, obviously.
Jody, you can always try.
Like if they're in club already, Jody, what's the harm in them walking to the
No,
cash
Jody
desk?
says, can she buy?
Oh, can she? Oh,
Can I buy someone in for them with their membership number?
there we go.
I would nip to the cash desk or go and see Dina and Matty and say, please can I buy somebody in for the seniors tomorrow? And the answer will be yes or no.
Perfect mark there. England games are 1 p.m, 7 p.m, 7 p.m. Let's hope the 1 p.m. kickoff's on a nice little Saturday afternoon or something.
At 48 degrees.
Yeah, Mr. M, that's because obviously there's 2% taken for the National League.
Yeah.
There's obviously there's an amount that comes out of the prize pool.
Yeah, if you win Goliath, you're going to be in the top 30 of the NPL. I reckon so. 100 and that'd be over 100 points, I reckon.
Yeah.
For £1 million.
Back to table 20, please. Daniel Aldridge, back to table 20, please. Thank you.
24 to 30 in the winter in Qatar. Perfect weather. It's like playing in August. If there is any satellites for the 440 Mystery Bounty in Leeds, it will be in club. You need to find out from the local club to see if there is.
Oh, got an exclusive in a minute.
No way.
Yeah, we like exclusives.
We do. We like water better.
I'll go get the waters in a
Oh,
second.
well, yeah.
Tower,
Oh, good lad. Good. How did you know we wanted water?
He's like me.
Well, we got an exclusive after this one, guys. Little exclusive for you guys.
If you asked me for an exclusive, I couldn't even tell you. There you go, you see, Mick the Mod's got it absolutely spot on. Tower never gets any exclusives anymore.
Well,
You can have one for the end of the night.
you can't give him the biggie. You can't give him the big one.
Back to table 20, please. Thank you.
Yes. Exclusive is we've got Monday off.
Right, here we go, guys. So, first time ever on a GUKPT schedule.
Yeah.
We've got a comp called a double satellite in Leeds on the Thursday when all the festival kicks off. 69 plus 6, £75 entry.
Yeah.
It's a cash out satellite, usual drill, 10,000 chips. Get to 100,000 chips.
Yeah.
You don't win one seat, you win two. You win your mystery bounty seat and your mini main seat for the following days. It's a double satellite, so you're winning two tickets, not the one. £75 buy-in, cash out satellite, 10k to 100k will get you a mystery bounty seat and a mini main seat. So two seats up for grabs.
70 quid.
In the £75 satellite. £75 satellite.
To Leeds early.
And there we go, guys. That's what we're playing for in Leeds. That's the first Thursday when the festival kicks off. Chance to win 2 decent buy-ins, one for the mini, one for the mystery bounty for £75.
Like that.
And if that goes well in Leeds, we're trialling it in Leeds, you might see it at future events as well.
Like that a lot.
Stay tuned for the big exclusive that Tower obviously gets at the end of the night when we are throwing the numbers at us, what we're playing for come tomorrow. We'll chuck the dates up for Leeds after this hand for you, Sam. We did just throw them up about 20 minutes ago, but obviously you weren't in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll throw it up after this hand for you so you can see all the details you need to know.
Jack 6-3.
Jim Marlowe, he's a
Jim Marlowe says, will there be any satellites with a double satellite?
Yeah, we're going to run a 5 plus 250. So Ricky here, calling with his dummy and gutter with the old 4 deuce, and Ali Malou a middle pair backdoor clubs here, thinking about overcalling this spot, and does. So 2 calls here for Jason with the 7s. Not going to love our life here, like can make the assumption that either one of these players could definitely have a jack in this spot. 8 of diamonds on the turn, and Malou does what he does best, just turns an inconspicuous 2 pair here with the 8 of diamonds. Unfortunately for him, hasn't really got too many hands out there that's going to get him paid, and looks like he's actually going to lead now, and does lead. Very difficult for someone to put him on 8-6 here after being in +1 position. So fires for 56k, and Jason Shellham's out the way. Good fold from Jay, doesn't get sticky, and Ricky with an easier fold. So Ali Malou did have the best hand, but takes it down.
Jody Burston says, is the seniors 15k or 20,000 starting stake? It's got 2 different starting stakes on 2 different platers.
And we'll just quickly chuck them up for Sam. You see Leeds there, 3rd grey block.
Yes.
22nd of September to the 3rd of October.
Yeah, the 3rd of October includes the closer.
Yep, so
Sunday
the
the 2nd is live finish, and then 3rd is the closer. We'll get the starting stack confirmed for the seniors, because we've got 2 different posts saying one's 20, one's 15. So we'll get that sorted for you. The app is correct. So whatever it says on the app is correct. So the app says 20.
And Ricky Kebab's playing the main in Leeds, so we'll see you there. See you there, Ricky. What's your other question, Sam? I only saw one. Let's have a look. What dates Leeds? Saw that one. Why can't GUKPT run sats in other clubs to reduce travel for us grafters and potentially boost prize pools? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. Like once every, say when we got a GUKPT coming up, maybe just put a couple of satellites on in a club. I think it could be a good idea for the following GUKPT. I'll tell you what, I'll put it forward to Jim, Sam. Jim, head of poker, deals with everything, sorts out all the schedules. So I'll tell you what, Sam, I'll put a word in for you, and I'll ask Jim if we can do it, and if he says no, I'll try and find out the answer why we can't do it. But it's a really, really good idea. like for example, we had here. There was a Goliath satellite's been running at this club in Coventry. Well, actually, it's the same club it's been running at, but have been running satellites here for the last couple of months leading up to the Goliath live ones. But it makes sense. It does make sense. So Stu Tina makes it 20k here, 4x sizing. And Jim says would be good to have a sat in every club the weekend before every mate. And Newcastle have a 250 sat every Tuesday that can be used towards bigger comps, says Ricky Kebabs.
I like that idea.
Oh, not 250, 25.
Oh.
Just put an extra 0 on the end. That makes a bit more sense. Have a 25 entry sat that can be used to bigger comps in Newcastle, so that's good tonight. Mickey Graham. Let's be honest, it doesn't matter whether we buy in or satellite these days, we know all the money's going to Jack Hardcastle. That is true. Jack's been on some immense form the last 18 months. When will it end? Will it ever end? Jason continuing here for 25 third pot sizing. Like it with the 17. We'll need some protection from overcards, equity denial purposes. Fine to bet the pocket sevens in this situation. And Stutina here just going to probably let this one go off of her stack size. I doubt we want to be investing 25% of our stack here out of position with just king queen high. Yes, we have backdoor diamonds and 2 overs here, but just going to have to let this one go. Stutina, pretty hand, but when we miss the flop, just should be passing. Preserve them chips. Good fold. And in. About 1 minute time, I think. We're going to go into the last level of the day, guys. So after this hand, guys, should be moving into the last level of the day. So we're going to be going into the 3k, 6k level. And Peter Mock needs to suggest the Hall of Fame to the powers that be. GUKPT Hall of Fame. The first inductees probably sat right in front of us on this table, to be honest with you.
Ali Malou.
Ali Malou.
Ali Malou.
He's got the most incredible FT record I've ever seen. What is it? Something like 8 final tables and never finished worse than third. That's like unheard of.
Stream keeps freezing. Hotel internet isn't that best. Yeah, here comes the clock for the last level of the night.
Players in Goliath 1 chin, you have a big blind level. 3,000, 6,000 with a 6,000 ante. That's 3, 6, 6.
Albert Sapiano, I'm coming for you. Here, go on, take it away. I totally forgot. Here, go on, have
Did
it.
you tell him the bet?
Have it, yes.
Did you tell him the bet we
2
had?
to 1. It should have been 2 to 10. Go on, Ali. You. Oh, God, look at that. He owes me. Albert, when
Cheers,
I see
Albert. That is tower tenner. You do not see that very
Albert
often. That is
Sappiano.
rare.
Done me in. Will there be a bubble tomorrow? Yes, there will. You will see all. You will see all. All of it. We'll be running round. We'll have the microphone. Jay might have to turn the comms mic off for a bit so we don't spoil anything. The bet was, Jim, Albert was chip leader at the end of level 4 with 118,000, and Jay said you can have 2 to 1 that is not even in the competition by the dinner break. And I got the message by the end of level 5. I got the news from PK that Albert was out. That was it. Couldn't believe it. Crazy. How do you dust off 118k in one 30-minute level?
I think that's better than having Did you not hit the board?
Ace 10 for Stu Tina. Yeah, I'm not sure he had 7 on. I'm not sure he had 7. Wouldn't surprise me if he did have 7 in one day. I'm sure they've got a breakdown of who's had what. But apparently he did have 7 on Tuesday. Albert. Paul Remain bust out. Wanted to say a big thank you. Well done to all the people organising and working at the event. You must all be exhausted, especially the dealers who have been amazing. See you in 2023. That's from Paul Remain. Alan Tatton, do you think every player who made day 2 will be in the money? No, there will be a proper bubble. We will see. I reckon we'll be maybe 200 off the money at this moment in time. We could well be 200 off the money with the amount of runners coming through for this Friday. Yeah. What happens if you don't turn up for day 2? Do your chip stack slowly reducing like online or chuck straight out? No, your chips will be at your table draw, seat draw, wherever you are around the table. If you're not there, your chips are in play from the start, so you will get blinded out accordingly. And whenever your last chips go in the middle, you don't see a flop, turn and river, you will be all in, and because you're not sat at the table, your cards are instantly mucked. So eventually, in turn, the chips from the people who are not there will get blinded out, but they don't get taken out to play. If you've got 500,000 and you can't make day 2 for whatever reason, you will make money. That is true. Cheers. Yes, fresh day tomorrow, John. We'll start at 11. We'll be in situ at 10:30, bringing all the players in. Did we get many no-shows? No, not very, very few. Very, very few, that is for sure. Very few no-shows for day 2. A lot of players just stay here in Coventry overnight. No, if there's won't be paying 5% of the field, that is for sure. There's been over 10,000 runners. What? Chef Brad, you're having me on. What's happened, Chef? Maybe that's best chance you got a cash in, to be fair. Yeah, your cards are instantly mucked if you're all in. It's not like it is online. If you're not sat at the table, your 2 cards are folded by the dealer. You can't win the hand.
What did I miss while I was on the water run?
Just the other players are going to be in the money.
Oh, I thought it was like an all-in hand was mucked or something.
No. If you don't turn up for day 2,
oh, okay.
What happens to your chips? Yeah, you do not get to see a hand if you're all in and you're not at the table.
Are we replenishing the desserts tomorrow, Brad? They were lovely, they were.
I don't know. No, I've not seen the payout structure yet, so we don't know how many people get paid just yet. That's Adam I'm watching on YouTube. There is a day 3 on Sunday. We should get down to about 5-6 tables on Saturday night, and then they'll all play off for the title on Sunday.
Yeah, I can tell you at the moment we've got around 190 left in the field in this flight.
That takes it to 1,040, and then however many are left in the turbo.
There was 120, I think, last time I checked in the turbo.
So that's 1160, 1170.
Yep, 1170-ish coming back. Plus what we lose and what we the turbo's still got another hour or so, I think, to finish. I'm joking, Brad. I was only joking, not expecting anything else. Got enough for us this week. Very nice gesture for you.
Absolutely.
I'd hate to think...
Did you get the second box back that was here? It's not here anymore.
No.
Did he come for it? Yeah, sweet. Nice one. How many's left in the turbo at this moment in time?
I'm just about to check Tower.
Did Dan Charlton play? He was here.
He was here.
I think he did play today.
So I think he's in the turbo right now. Brandon Shields, Leon, Dan Charlton. I've seen like Lee French, like a really reggy turbo flight. It's like a really reggy turbo flight, Tower. I think it's all Rene's in there. I think it's all the players that have just thought, you know what, we'll just come and play the turbo last minute, and we'll go from there.
So the last level of the day.
Yep, got about 40 minutes just under. I'll make it around 35.
Yeah. Are you guessing the amount of hands?
What's the point, Tower?
Yeah, it's always 6.
Always 6. It's been 6 every single night this week.
I think it's odds on now, 6.
Well,
it's like 1 to 3 in running with 3 guesses. Keith Splash. Well done, Keith. Great effort yesterday. Loved it. Love watching you play.
Turbo is 131 players left, guys.
Wow.
Before it's 120. 131. That's the exact amount. They're currently on level 12, so they've only got about an hour and a bit left to play. So they're probably going to be bagging up a little bit after us.
There's a bunch of people past the bar.
How are we doing, Keith Splash? Here he is. Good evening to you. Very well done the other night. Great performance.
It was pretty rapid as well, wasn't it, the FT?
Yeah, it was. I thought it'd be a quick FT tower with the chips that were in play, but
yeah.
I said 10 o'clock and it finished about, what, 9:30, so even earlier than the line I gave.
Yeah, there will be a lot of short. There are a lot more short stacks than a normal flight in the turbo because people want to hang on. Because if you're only 200 from the money coming tomorrow,
yep,
every chip and every big blind potentially can make you a min cash, which will be around about £250.
How are we doing, Ricky? Cheers for the coverage, lads. I'm off to Ireland for a wedding over the weekend, so we'll miss the rest. Looking forward to see you in Leeds. We'll see you there, Ricky.
Don't drink too many Guinnesses while you're over in Ireland, will you? Oh no.
We don't know yet how much is for first, are we? We will have the exclusive when the stream finishes, hopefully. If not, it will be on social media.
Yeah.
Either at some time tonight or first thing tomorrow morning.
BRM's just answered your question. Bradders, perfect. 16 levels or the last 4 tables.
Callum here raising the 5s on the button as he should be, and Matthew here with the ace deuce tower, like against a button open, could definitely shove this one with the ace blocker in here, especially if the button's been opening too much and going to be opening a lot of range with this ace blocker here. could for sure choose to shove, but just gets out of the way. And obviously back end of the day, we've got about half hour or so to go. Just thinking about that and knowing that we're nearly there.
How many are still left in each flights? 129, 129, 133, 148, 130. Oh, weren't too bad a guess. What was the next one? What was E? How many left was in?
129, 129, 134, 148, 131,
131.
171.
171. 171? When was that? Last night. 171. What were you doing last night? Flipping heck. And then today we have, what we got left? 120?
Yeah.
140? 180.
I thought you was talking about the turbo. 131 in the turbo, 181 in the main event at the moment.
Is the book open in the morning? I'll be with a punt at 5,000 to 1. There's not a book tomorrow, is there?
No, not tomorrow.
There might be on Wednesday, on Sunday.
Yeah, I think Sunday there will be. There won't be a book tomorrow. Did she just fold queens?
Wow. I need to just kind of no. While we're talking, apologies, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, we weren't concentrating on the hand there. I'm just going to double check.
The graphics aren't broke. It's nothing to do with the graphics.
She did have queens. She picked up chips. She's smiling. She's definitely got queens, guys. She's smiling. She knows. I'm just watching it back. She's got the chips in her hand, but she knows it's near the end of the day. Oh, she does fold them. She did just fold queens under the gun. Just open fold with queens from Stutina. Someone wants to make day 2. Oh my word. I've just watched it back. She definitely folded queens there, guys. Oh my word. And this is what's this is a chance where you can make some chips. If you know players are playing this tight, you can just go after it. But just lets the queens go under the gun there. Tower might pass there as well. You'd be nearly near the money, and you want to, if you just fold, you could fold your way into the money. Would you pass the queens there under the gun?
Not on a different day. No.
If you do it in London, one.
Not on a different day.
I'm joking. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. But
I'd have got told off in the comms.
Yeah, like Mick the Mod, great point. She may have satellited in. Don't forget, you can satellite in for as cheap as £1. So
250 min cash or 280 or whatever it's going to be.
If you're in for £1, then it might be a lot of money to someone. And just letting the queens go in, maybe she's happy to just creep on the right side of the money tomorrow. Well, Recluse, what do you want us to do? We don't know the situation. Obviously, it's not correct. We need to open the queens, but we don't know the situation. She might just want to get in. She might be in for a cheat. She might just want to lock up a min cash tomorrow. That could mean a lot to her. It might be her first Goliath, and she's looking for a bag. There's all different reasons why she could have folded the queens, but it's their money. Like, they can play exactly how they want. Obviously, it's not the correct play. We know that. Most of the viewers will know that, but anyone can do whatever they want with their chips. They pay their buy-in. They can play exactly how they please.
I'm glad about that. So King Jack on a Jack high flop gets it in against the boots.
Yep.
And off we go.
Good. So King Jack out of here. And Ricky up to 355k. We lose Imran.
That's a nice stack. The graphics said she had Queen 10 off.
This hand, yes. We're talking about the hand before that, Samantha.
Yeah.
There's a few hands ago, the hand in question.
Yeah, I mean, no problem. I'll see you in a bit.
Jack, break. You got the aces. Just pray he's in Jack. All right. We're all just jealous. Just peel them up. Okay, so once you put it there,
Will the seating plan be posted in the morning?
tonight.
It will be posted tonight on social media, everything Grosvenor related. The seating draw will be posted tonight. Give you a leading start on walking in tomorrow morning and staring at the screens.
First one's not a good one.
He hasn't woken up yet, though. Don't want to wake him up. Still see them?
I just went and watched it back, guys. I was just seeing if the dealer happened to pitch a card near box 1 into box 2, but didn't go nowhere near it. So
Okay.
That's my house. I just got the phone. I don't even know how it's gone. This is where, like, you know how, yeah, exactly. You know how random it is, right? With pounds randomly getting closed. Solid 60.
What are you laughing at over there?
The Tottenham feed. Good morning, Spurs fans. Is there anything Harry Kane can't do? Yes. Say red lorry, yellow lorry. He's a scratch handicapper, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's one of the best.
He's a scratch handicapper.
Best forwards the Premier League's ever had, Tower.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mick. Big thank you. Okay, it's Donna going. Is it Donna going off? I'm just catching back up on the chat. We'll say good night and thank you for all the comms today, just in case I fall asleep. See you tomorrow. Yeah, you're saying good night to Donna. Good night, Donna.
No,
and Mick is staying. We still got Mick here. So, guys, about 20 minutes to go, and then that will be us for day ones of the Goliath Tower. We made it. We made it to the Saturday. The day 2, where things start to get interesting. Players will get in the money. We'll be seeing what we're playing for. Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. M, about Haaland. I haven't seen a start from anyone other than maybe Wayne Rooney when he first went to Manchester United. I remember he scored that hat-trick on his Champions League debut, but other than Rooney, I can't recall a player that's gone to a big side, one of the big sides in the Premier League, and has had a start like that. Like, Rooney's literally the only one I can remember or recall of. I know Aguero had a good start for City as well, but I think Haaland's going to be on a different level. So Matthew here, just open rips the pocket fours under the gun. He's not playing for day 2, he's playing for a stack. He's not fussed about busting now. Just shoves the fours for south of 13. This is fine. We're 8-handed here. And just picking up blinds and ante will be nice at this point. But Callum here with a toughie. Ace Jack here in the small blind versus this gun shove.
Who? Who's that?
Knocked Ali down.
Ernie Shavers. Never heard of him.
I haven't heard of him either. Just lets the ace jack go. It might have something to do with thinking that players are going to shove tight up at this stage of the tournament. Haaland was 4-1 top goal scorer start of the season. Now you tell me, Mark. Yeah, Meringue says Salah, but he's not a striker. I think it was weird with Salah. Didn't really perform at Chelsea, and then obviously in a different system at Liverpool, become the player he was. Stan Collymore, says Brad. Bit before my time, but vaguely remember of Collymore. Harry and Kemba on YouTube. Little stat for us: Cristiano Ronaldo has 815 career goals, meaning Haaland would need 44 goals a year until he's 35 to match him. Well, he's what's he played? 5 games this season, scored 9 goals. What's that? 7-9-6-3 plus that. So he's tracking for 68 goals this season already, Chris. You think about that. He's literally tracking for 68 goals this season, assuming he plays every minute of every game. So ace 4 of hearts here for James, just open ripping here for sub 10. And Callum on the button, ace 9 off here. Definitely going to be ahead of the range that James should be shoving here, but just letting it go. And like I say, I think this is what we're going to see. A lot tighter folds, back end of the day now. We've got around 20 minutes to go. Fewest games to score 2 Premier League hat-tricks. Demba Ba was 21. Yeboah 25, Torres 25, Ravanelli 26, and Haaland with 5. So beating the record by 16.
What a goal Tony Yeboah scored against Liverpool.
Yeah, he scored 2.
Oh.
Scored 2 like that. You know that? Not both against Liverpool. Yeah.
Oh.
2 crossbar and ins. Two goals like that. Crossbar, bounce on the line, up into the roof and Antonio Yeboah.
Just been asked a football question by a pal and Rotherham was the answer. I didn't ask to see what the question was.
And Marang Patel says Skybet giving 45 to 1 for Haaland, Isak and Kane to score 3+ goals in September. Great odds.
Wow.
Who are Everton playing? Everton must have some hard fixtures if they're giving that price. Yeah, like that's the thing.
Playing Liverpool tomorrow.
Like if Everton, I'm guessing Everton have got some really tough fixtures coming up. So I'm guessing that's why it's that price. And I think Isak's going to be a worry in that. So Jason here, free betting the Ace King, and John after opening the Ace Queen. Annoying spot for us at this stage of the day. We open +1 and we get free bet from +2, and Jason been playing fairly snug.
There you go. There's the question. What club in the Football League has had a promotion or relegation in the last 7 seasons? That's Rotherham United. And in 12 seasons, they've been up 5 times, down 4 times, and they've been to Wembley 4 times.
More than Spurs, and we played there for a season.
I think they're second to Liverpool from going to Wembley in the last 12 years.
Also your day 2 wristbands, so you do not have to queue up in the morning. You have your wristbands for day 2 already, so you can just come straight into the club. Again, 6 more hands.
Mike Maunders, I tell it, first to UKPT and Goliath, what an experience. You didn't get through, but definitely be back next year. Nice one, Mike Maunders.
Yeah, sorry guys, I said Everton, didn't I? It's because Liverpool are playing them tomorrow and they played Newcastle in the week, and he obviously scored that cracker and obviously the offside goal as well. That was just literally a brain blip. Complete brain blip there. But thank you for correcting me. So who are Newcastle playing? That's what I was meant to say. I'm guessing Newcastle have some tough fixtures.
Newcastle United are the first team in Towers treble tomorrow.
Oh, great. Well, I wouldn't get on that bet now. I'll get on the treble still.
Massive prize tomorrow. Newcastle United.
Cut off from Ricky, opening 3.5x here. And Ali Malou, it's been fairly quiet tower, but we might see a Malou show as we're at the back end of the day. But no, he's out of the way with the king line off, as he should be, but with Ali you never know. As Jatina, lovely candidate to defend, but against this sizing maybe she just thinks better of it. 3.5x, bit too large. Wow, Newcastle have Palace, West Ham and Bournemouth. Wow, that sounds like a great bet.
What was the bet?
Harry Kane to score 3 goals or more, Haaland to score 3 goals or more, and Isak to score 3 goals or more in September, 45 to 1. Is there like an international break on Sky Bet apparently?
Really? Get me on Sky Bet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having 50 quid. Andy lends 50 quid.
Haaland, Isak and Kane all to score 3 goals or more in September.
49 more.
45 to 1.
Yeah.
Towers trebles ready. Towers trebles ready.
Oh, I can see it, guys.
Towers trebles ready.
So this is a 124 now.
And I've never seen that team in your treble ever before. I think
Well,
this is a first. It could be the turning point.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be that fast. You got all the prices, yeah?
Is there an international break?
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
there we go.
wow.
They're not silly, are they?
They're not daft. So what you've now got to look at is how many games they're actually going to play
Probably
without being injured.
I'd say 4 tops, Tower.
Without being injured. Why is there an international break?
Ali Malou.
Ali Malou. Ali Malou. Ali Malou.
Just shoves the King 10 here. But just
you sat with Ali Malou, you don't really know what to do. He really sends your brain like glue. He is Ali Malou. So how many games are these teams playing for that to be 45?
It's a 2-week international break as
Why?
well. So literally it's going to be, what, 3 games?
Nations League, what's that?
Basically, it stops having friends. It gives teams a chance to qualify for
Yeah. Who wants the Towers treble? Who wants the Towers treble early? 1 for yes, 2 for no. 10 seconds.
2.
Who wants it?
Everyone put 2 just in case I sleep in tomorrow and save some money.
1.
No.
Yes.
Why do they want it? Why do they want to lose money?
2-2. Oh, we're 2-2 at the minute. Yes. Mark it there.
Pocket fours here for
1.
James, shoving for 12 bigs under the gun. Can't call here for Ricky.
2-2. 2's a winning at the minute.
Yes.
1, that's level. Oh, 2 in front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in front.
Right, go on then, give it out.
Yes!
I know you're itching.
Yeah!
I know you're itching. Give it out.
The Towers treble for tomorrow. It's already in the bank. It's all. They're all. In fact, they're already cash out's nearly what it should be.
What, 0?
You're a rotter, you
Well,
are.
it's just I want another one up, Tower. Since I had the first experience a few months ago, I get one up. I want that feeling back. I'm thriving for
Right, we're on it. Newcastle United, Portsmouth, and Doncaster Rovers.
I've never seen Doncaster in one of Towers trebles.
There you
but
go.
There we go. Newcastle, Portsmouth, and Doncaster is the treble for tomorrow, guys.
And it pays 13 to 1. Newcastle United, Portsmouth, Donny Rovers. Get on early. How long we got left?
I make it 10 minutes, so I'm guessing we're in the last 6 because it's always 6 hands, and we're just going to have to wing it, Tower. How many's left? I think I'm guessing there's just a couple of hands left. It's already been called.
Because I am straight up to my pit, getting in prep for tomorrow. Yes. Newcastle, Portsmouth, Donny, paying 13 to 1. Boom.
Mick the Mod.
Cheers, Mick the Mod. Who? Yeah.
Ace 10 of diamonds here for Ricky, makes it 25k, and Ali Malou folding the ace 10 off. We haven't seen Strutina get involved this last hour. She's just been folding. She's got Jack 7 off, have to fold that one.
There you go.
This must be the last hand if our action trackers. Okay, no. He was just giving Ali Malou his phone back.
That's it. I've given Towers treble out today because Jay's doing one as well tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll give my treble out tomorrow, guys. I'll let you know as well. I've had 1 treble since I've been doing this job in 2018, and I've had 1 winner as well. I put 1 treble out last year at the grand final, and we managed to get it up. And since then I haven't done one because I want to keep the 100% record, and we are going to keep it tomorrow. And what I will do as well, I'll make sure I pick games that are opposite to the Towers, so there's no clashes. Not going to go against him. So if you want a little 6-fold as well for like £1 potentially to win chunks,
yeah,
you can do that.
On it.
I remember when I put my treble out, we got like 5 out of 6 that day, didn't we? I think we got 5 out of 6 that day.
Yeah, that was the meatloaf.
5 out of 6 ain't bad. So Ali Malou shoves for a lot of chips here. What is this? 47 big blinds from Ali Malou. And like Jason's just going to have to fold the ace jack. It's a 47 big blind open rip from the Malusta. And Jason, with a similar stack, gonna have to fold here. We're not grinding all day here to call this one off. Yes, it's Ali, and sometimes we can be good, but I'm just gonna fold here as Jay.
Gaz Howard says Sheffield Wednesday look a decent price. What, 1 to 2? Anybody can pick them.
47.
Yeah, they're 1 to 2 in some places. Yeah, that's a right tip, that is.
Who's the tip?
Gaz Howard says Sheffield Wednesday look a decent price. What, 1 to 2?
I'll tell you who looks a decent price. The Spurs, 1 to 2 against Fulham at home.
Yeah. David Harvey, Celtic to win, Kyogo to score both halves. What, one player to score in both halves?
Yeah, Gully, maybe 10s. Ace Queen suited, probably. I think 10s plus Ace Queen suited plus is going to be the line for me there. I think Ace Jack's just on that remit that we're going to have to let it go. And Jason does. I do the exact same thing. Oh, look at that. This is where the best price is. 8 to 13 on Grosvenor Sport, Sheffield Wednesday.
But I would never put an 8 to 13 in my treble.
Yeah, of course.
I could easily pick an 8 to 13, 8 to 13, 8 to 13 and have a 4 to 1 treble. Easy. But I don't know if you noticed, but I don't do that.
And Mr. Walty says, honestly, get on a 14 to 1 on Haaland hat-trick against Villa.
14 to 1.
One more hand, I think, guys.
So who leaves his job first, Stevie G or Brendan Rodgers?
Rodgers.
What do you reckon?
I personally think Brendan Rodgers.
He's already made his pack. He just sold for fun and all as well. 230 million. Just pick it in player sales.
Yeah, and who they signed?
Exactly.
9-2 King.
The last hand of the day, guys, I believe.
Hey, that's 50 up Wes. 50 up Wes.
Well done, everybody. That's the shout.
That is it.
Midday 2.
It's done. All the day one's done. What slog it's been, but we're finally at the Saturday to finish off the Goliath, and we've got some huge news for you guys. I haven't got it. Someone told me you had news. I don't know what the news is. There we go.
Oi, what's this?
Tower's been asking me, where's my trophy?
This is for Tower's treble. Look at this.
There we go.
This. When a Tower's treble comes in, I'm running around the room with this in. Look at this. I hope the lid don't come off. Oh, they made it correctly. The lid doesn't come off, so when you go like that, it doesn't fall off like the FA Cup does. That's amazing. Look at that. That is absolutely outstanding. Is that to keep?
Yeah.
So the big one stays here,
Big one gets your name.
and that one, ladies and gentlemen, is to keep. Look at that. I know we've got the green screen in the background, so you can't actually see it properly. But look at that. That is a stunner.
That's not the exclusive, guys.
I'm not telling you the exclusive. Oh, go on then.
Well, if someone manages to take home this trophy,
you won't fit the winnings in the top. First prize of Goliath 2022 is £200,000.
One effort from everyone. How are we seeing 200k up top in a 150 tournament?
£150 buy-in. And top prize is 200 large.
But that's all we're giving you. If you want to know the rest, guys, you know where to be tomorrow from 11:30.
Bed.
Tower and I will be back for more coverage. Day 2 starting. We'll have the bubble run, and I will be in the booth while Tower's on the bubble. I'm looking forward to that, seeing him run around the room and shout out some all-ins. There's the trophy. Someone's going to be taking that home on a Sunday. We are back tomorrow at 11:30. I'll take that off you. This feels nice as a Spurs fan.
That was the best exclusive ever. £150 buying Goliath, £200,000 to the winner. That is how massive it has been. We'll be back for day 2. It's going to be mental. You'll enjoy the bubble whenever it will be. because we'll be running around the room like madmen, collecting all the information and getting all on tape. Thanks to everybody who's jumped into the comms today. Sam, and to Ewan, and to Jamie, and to Andy Hills as well. Thanks to all the team in the background. PK still be working for another 2 hours putting all the chip counts up. He'll get everything sorted out for that, so he'll be in bed at some silly o'clock and back in the room first again tomorrow, like he always is. And we will see you for day 2. We start at 11. Don't forget, we start at 11, which means an 11:30 start on the live stream, and we are on day 2. Day 1's are finished. Enjoy it?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. One thing I will say as well, who was it? See the green screen in the back there, Tal? 1 million estimated prize pool. Who estimated that? Because they're 300k out. They're well off. They're well off.
Shocking. Shocking.
So huge day tomorrow, guys. We're going to get in the money. We will give you a full breakdown of the prize pool. Lots to talk about. We've got the bubble run, which is one of my favourite parts of the tournament. How we're doing the all-ins. We are back on stream from 11:30. If you're lucky enough to have made day 2, don't forget 11 o'clock start in the club. You should have your wristband. Don't forget that to get straight in. But back on stream at 11:30.
Day 1's are finished.
Well done. Nearly there. 2 more days and sleep time.
See you tomorrow for day 2.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.